Hi guys, it's Deborah from North of Somewhere Nomad. Welcome to my channel. Today guys, I am going to take you along on this crazy journey facing my worst nightmare about living in a van, living in a vehicle. So I'm facing this thing head on. As you can see from the thumbnail, I'm about to have a medical procedure. It's a colonoscopy. And I debated whether I was going to do this video or not because it's like kind of over the top a bit, but it's part of my life and specifically living in my van. So the procedure itself is not a big deal. It's the prep, right? And also it's all the circumstances around having a procedure like this, living in your van. So I'm just going to tell you if you're squeamish or it's too much information, because I will be talking about toileting and intestinal stuff. So if you're squeamish, check off right now. I am going deep with this. I'm going to share all this stuff as it pertains to living in my van with doing a colonoscopy prep. So it's a 2-day thing. Plus just all the circumstances around having a procedure like this, being in the hospital, coming home, right? Home being my van. So anyways, guys, I'm going to take you through this whole process. If you're interested in checking this out, let's go. Okay, let's get into this. So I'll just give you guys some background. So I've been living in a vehicle for 9 months now. So 4.5 months living in my Ford Fiesta, and now 4 months and a bit living in my 2016 Chrysler Town & Country, which I've completely camperized. I live here full time. I love it. And if you're interested in seeing some of my build and kind of my day-to-day about my van, go check out all those other videos. But today I'm going to talk about toileting, because when I started living in my Ford Fiesta, or I was even actually the pre-contemplation, one of the biggest things was toileting. And it was a really, really challenging thing for me to wrap my head around, especially for, when I was in my Ford Fiesta. It was obviously really small. So I came up with a solution for doing number one. I don't think I ever did number two, living in my car. Not that I can remember, or if I did, I blocked it out. So it might have been, it was just really, really hard. This whole part about it has, for me, some people, I guess it's not a big deal, but it was for me. And so since I've been living in my van, I have a pretty good potty system, and I'm much more relaxed about it. And I do, all 1 and 2. We're getting into it, guys. I will, I try to find a washroom if I can. I'm pretty regular, but there's been the odd time where I've just hunkered down for a bit, and so I do that. I like my potty system that I have now. I'm more comfortable with it, but my preference is, if I can use a washroom, I'll use a washroom. But it's just, it's not always possible. So when my doctor made the referral and all this was going on, I was told, the prep, you obviously have to clean out your colon in order for them to do the colonoscopy, which is they put a camera up your butt into your colon, all through your intestines, to assess the health of your colon. So anyways, I got the prep instructions, which consists of 2 days, of cleansing out your colon in preparation. And my first thought was, I need to be somewhere close to a washroom. And initially my thought was, I'm not doing this in my van. It's just, from what I've been told, you have to be near a washroom instantly. It's pretty, intense, the cleaning out process. So I thought, I can't do this in my van. You know, so my first thought was that I would rent a hotel room and just be near a washroom and just be able to, you know, be comfortable through this process, because on the day before the procedure, you have to fast, and also you're cleaning out your bowels. So it's pretty intense, right? Physically. But, you know, that would have cost a lot of money, more money than what I have or am willing to spend. So I just kept, you know, trying to figure out what was I going to do. And it just basically came down to, I'm just going to do this in my van. It's part of my life. And so that when I decided that, I was like, okay, I'm going to get all the things I need, and how am I going to feel really comfortable doing all this and all that kind of stuff. So I you know, conquered that part of it. The other part is that I'm having the procedure done under IV sedation. Like, I don't think they knock you completely out, but you know, I will be receiving IV. I don't know if it's anesthesia or just like really drowsy type of stuff. Either way, I'm not allowed to drive, obviously. And in the instructions, well, even when I talked to the nurse, she's like, you know, you have to have somebody to pick you up from the area of the hospital where I'm having it done and to bring you home, right? So then I was like, oh my God, now what do I do about that? So I came up with the solution of, I'm just going to park my van at the hospital. I'm going to put my window covers up and then go in and have the procedure. And I made arrangements with a good friend of mine, Jim, to pick me up at from the procedure. Like, once I'm cleared to go home, Jim will be there and take me home, right, to my van. And so by the time I come out, I will be ready to just, you know, climb into bed. And it's my home, and I'm safe in the parking lot. And from what, you know, I've never slept at a hospital parking lot, but I've heard people who do. And I'll be in the area where there's probably a lot of traffic. People are going to merge, or, you know, I don't know that they would know that this white van has been sitting there overnight. So I feel confident. And even if I did get a knock on the door from security or something, I'll just say the truth. Like, I can't drive. I just had a minor procedure and I'll leave in the morning. So I feel confident about that. So that's all set up. So now I'm 2 days out from the procedure, and I got like a 3-page instructions of how to prepare for this. So it starts now. Well, actually, starting 5 days ago, you're not supposed to eat anything with nuts and seeds. And then now I'm 2 days out. So, before I tell you what I have to do for those, you know, starting right now, actually, is I'm going to show you all the stuff that I have prepared for this procedure, including my toileting system, the products I have to take, how I'm going to navigate all this situation here in my van. So, number one is the products that they gave me. I'm going to show those to you. Okay. $58 here, just to, you know what, with it. Okay, so there's 3 things here, and this first one is Dulcolax. So I have to take 2 of these now. It doesn't say to do it on an empty stomach or take it with food or whatever. So I'm going to take it and then I'm going to eat. They said to eat a normal diet. So today, it's like lunchtime, so I'm going to take this and then eat. I have some soup in my fridge ready to heat up, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so, and then there's this Pico Salax Oral Purgative orange flavor. So there's 2 packets in here. I believe I start this tomorrow. I'm going to reread the instructions, but I know for sure that right now I have to take 2 of these with my lunch. So this is for tomorrow is my fast day. So it's the day before the day before the procedure. So this is where I'll be like the most cleaning out will be done. And then this Citromeg, it's a laxative purgative. you know, this is pretty intense stuff. So according to the instructions, I drink this the day of the procedure, I believe, with tons of water. Maybe even tomorrow, but I'm gonna reread the instructions. So these are the products that I had to get, right? $58. So that's fine. So today I'm just eating normal. Tomorrow I'm fasting, and then the day after the procedure, that day I will have soups and, you know, gentle things on my stomach. So for the day that I'm taking all this stuff and I have to fast, it gave me a list of different things, like different liquids you can have. And obviously a big part of this liquid is to hydrate. So they recommended Gatorade. I'm not really into Gatorade because I think it's just junk and chemicals, and you know, basically the reason they're saying Gatorade is for electrolytes, right? So I'll show you what I'm gonna do for that part of it. So instead of Gatorade, I'm using this. I think I showed you guys this in another video because I'm not new to fasting. I actually do implement fasting on a regular basis. So these are the electrolytes I'm using. So they're clean. And I also add these mineral drops because I will be losing a lot in this process. This stuff is just going to be like intense. Also, I got some chicken bone broth, and it's nourishing and all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably be using that tomorrow as well. Plus it's warm. And then also I've got my big water, and I filled up my 3-gallon jug of water. So I have tons of water. I decided to get my ginger ale, my Zevia ginger ale, because this is sweetened with stevia. So those are some of the things that I'm using for the day that I'm fasting, which is tomorrow, with all this other medication. Yeah, so for toileting, there's a couple things around that. So I have checked into a campground here. This is the spot that I've picked, and it's really close to a pit toilet, just like, I don't know, maybe not even a minute walk. Now some people have told me that even a minute is a bit too much, so if I can go to the pit toilet, that would be ideal. Also, so I'll just show you what I do for my toileting. So this is the system I've been using since I've been living in my van. I might have even started this when I lived in my Ford Fiesta. I'm not sure. So anyways, I just have a 3-gallon jug this is from Canadian Tire, obviously. And then I bought a pool noodle. I don't even think it's a pool noodle. I went to the plumbing section of Home Depot, and this is stuff that they wrap pipes with or something like that. So it's smaller than a pool noodle, and it's a lot more cushiony. So it's not on there great, but basically that's so that I'm not sitting on the rim of the bucket, and that stays on there. And always I have a bag just in here. I also have in here, like, I clean this out regularly, is one of those heavy duty shop paper towels in case there's a hole in this bag. Well, you'll see it's actually double bagged, so, but just in case. In the second bag is where I have my pine pellets, and I'm you know, if you're new to this lifestyle and you're not sure, these are the pine pellets. So it's just crushed hardwood. They're very, very absorbent. So, and also the reason I like these is that there's no smell. So I change my potty every single day, like in the morning. I put a new bag of these in, and I've never had a problem with smell or, you know, anything like that. And then if I do have a bowel movement like number 2, and I do in my potty, I will instantly, you know, tie this up. So this will be in here, and you know, whatever, I tie this immediately. So that eliminates any kind of smell instantly. My bucket will be, or my potty will be, I use the washroom down here in the main floor of my van. And this will be obviously accessible. And also, so I have pre-filled 5 or 6 of these, and they're gonna just be right there behind in the hatch part of the van, but I have access to them right here. Yeah, so that's how I'm preparing in my van. I washed all my bedding. It's gorgeous here. It's spring. There might be rain tomorrow, which is fine. I'm just prepared to, you know, be comfortable in bed and just rest and take care of my body. Plus, I'm out in nature. I'm just going to take you through this whole process. So I'll touch base with you guys tomorrow. And then the next day is the day that I do one more of these in the morning, and then I go to the hospital. The procedure is going to be around between 11 and 1, I'm pretty sure. So I'll go there. Obviously, I'm not going to film in the hospital. At least I don't think so. And then when I get back to the van that night, I'll just kind of, you know, close out this procedure, close out this video. And that will be that. All right, guys, so I'll see you back here in just a bit. Good morning, guys. Okay, so this is my fast day, and so it's the day before my procedure, and the instructions were, so far last night, I took 2 of those Dulcolax, and they didn't really do much, I don't think. So I took them, and then I went for a nice long walk around the campground down to the ocean, and I kind of gauged where all the little pit stops are. Or sorry, pit toilets. Oh, it's really early for me, but they say, okay, so here's my instructions. I have to drink 3 8-ounce glasses of water, which I figure one of these equals that. I'm almost done this, and this should have been done by 8 a.m. It's not 8 a.m. Tell you that right now. Okay, and then now, so drink my 3 glasses, and then I take 1 satchel of these in 8 ounces of water. So I'm going to mix it in my glass here. Drink that, and then I have to drink 3 more 8-ounce glasses of water, so 1 of these. That's a lot of water. I already feel like waterlogged, and I'm halfway through this. But anyways, doing it. So this says read the booklet. You would think you pour it into water and stir it, but apparently you have to read the booklet, so let's do it. Imagine. All right, so wow, all of this to stir in 1 packed satchel of that. En français, we want en anglais. What medication is used for, when it should be used, what it does, what the medicinal ingredient is, warnings. Okay, normal. Same thing, none of them apply to me. Interactions with this medication. So, you know, if you're taking other medications, like anti-epileptics, contraceptives, antibiotics, diabetes medications, none of that applies to me. Okay. Okay. And then it goes on to talk about what happens after this stage. So I'll read that later. Actually, it was quite a bit of good information in there. So that's important. I'm glad I read that, and I will read it again. Okay, so now I'm going to mix my Pico Salex. Something tells me this is going to taste so nasty, but who knows. Okay, so I'm going to get my water in here. Doesn't smell like anything. Okay, here we go. It's starting to bubble. I'd rather take anything in pill form than like these nasty tasting liquids. It's really beautiful here. I'm actually at Miracle Beach, and this is the best time to come. They open in March, like first week of March, I think. And there's nobody here. Well, there are people here, but it's so quiet. It's like it's thickening. Ugh. Here I go. Okay, here it goes. Okay, it's not that bad. It tastes like the Emergency, that vitamin C stuff. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So now I have to drink 3 more 8-ounce glasses of water like right away. So I'm going to drink another whole one of these. Then I'm going to make an electrolyte drink. Anyways, guys, I'll just catch you. I'll check in later. I don't take this now. I'll take this again, this other satchel, at 5 p.m. and just repeat this process. So I'm going to go enjoy my day in the sun and stuff like that. So I'll catch up with you guys a little later. And I'll also let you know like how this, what kind of an effect it has on my body, without getting into too much graphic detail, obviously. But I'm interested to see, you know, what this is going to do. I've got all my toileting stuff ready to go. I'll be outside. I can use the pit toilets now. I'm going to... All right, guys, so I'll catch up with you here in a little bit. Okay. Literally, so what I'm finding is, like, I'm just heading back now to have that orange drink. The Pico Salinx is, if you like, for me, rather than sip a drink, is to drink it all in one fell swoop, because the second liquid hits your intestines, it just it just wants to come out. So just my thing is just have your drink. Like when I had a ginger ale, just drink the whole thing and then you just get it over with. And then the next time you take a drink, all right, on and on it goes. Okay, so I'm going to mix up my Pico Salinx. I have some company stop by. Hey, Lacey, what do you think? Say hi. Yeah? Aww. Jim's here. Say hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
No.
Why?
Because I'm a good asshole.
Okay, this is actually not too bad. The only thing that I feel like I'm not looking forward to is the second you put liquid in, it just wants to come out instantly. So it's 5 o'clock for this now. And so basically it's been 8 hours since this first one, and I've just been non-stop. So I don't know if this is going to go all through the night or what, but okay, guys, I'm never doing this again. Just because it's really gross. I feel like crap. And I figure whatever they don't find... Lacey, come. Whatever they find or don't find, that's it. Let's deal with it. I think I'm pretty healthy. I am healthy, but apparently it's good to have this. So this concoction, it's the same as what I showed you guys this morning. It's just weird. Yeah, so the next thing will be tomorrow morning. Oh, and the nurse called and I have to be at the hospital at 10:45. And then I have the procedure at 11:45. And then Jim will be there to walk me home. Or take me home. from the hospital to the van. That's my home. I am going home after this procedure. I couldn't have picked a better spot to do this. At a campground. It's beautiful weather. Hey, Jim?
Yep.
And then I'm literally like right beside the pit toilet, the outhouse, whatever. So, but tonight will be interesting because once I'm in the van for sleeping, it's just me and my potty. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, guys, cheers. I'll see you on the next leg. Good morning, guys. Okay, it's go time. It's the day of the procedure. I didn't sleep very well last night. I actually felt like I was running a fever, and I feel just horrible. So I woke up at 5 and I drank almost half of that. I did the best I could. And so now I'm just getting ready. Jim's gonna meet me at the hospital. And then I'm going to get this thing done. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the prep. I mean, you know, it wasn't that bad. My fear of having explosive diarrhea in my van, now I've conquered that fear. It wasn't really explosive. Sorry if that's too much information. It was just constant. And, but actually I was thinking it was probably good I was in my van because I just had to roll over onto the floor of the van and go and then crawl back into bed. You know, I was thinking like if I was at home, I'd have to get up, walk to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. It wasn't bad at all. Just was weird, right? First time you're ever going through something. But what's really nice is that I have my home with me. So I have it here. I'll have it at the hospital. Like instantly I'll be home. And then, yeah. It's a weird feeling, but it's amazing. I like it. So now I'm just gonna go get this thing done, and I don't know, I'll close this up after it's done. But for the most part, not that bad. Even this stuff, it didn't taste that bad. Like, it's the constant, like there's no fluid in me. I just feel like horrible. Okay guys, so here's Jim. We're gonna take off. I haven't even had a coffee because I'm not supposed to drink for 4 hours before the procedure. Okay guys, I'll catch you on the other side. Oh my god, all of a sudden I'm nervous now because I gotta get an IV. Ugh. I'm super thirsty. Here we go. Oh, everything went good. Okay, I'm just gonna get this IV out and then all done. So I'll see you guys when I just get out of here and catch up. Okay guys, that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here.
You're welcome.
Okay guys, so I'm going to close out this video because this has been a long day and I'm just probably going to go crash now. So thank you for watching this crazy little journey of mine. If you like this content, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.